there, today we're going to do cheesy sweet corn and onion sausages. I have already prepared my potatoes the night before, but if you don't have potatoes ready made, you can boil some up and use them for this recipe. You can leave the skins on the potatoes, which gives you extra fibre. If you don't like the skins, just peel them off. Another thing you can put in with the potatoes when you're boiling them is actually cauliflower. If you want to get more vitamins and nutrients into the diet, then you can put some cauliflower in when you're boiling your potatoes, and then we'll mush them all up together and you wouldn't even know it's in there. So this is a very easy thing to do. The kids can even help if you don't mind the mess. If you've got kids, potatoes I've already made, so they're cool. Now I find it's nice if you're making mashed potato to have the milk warm. It tends to make it slightly more creamy. So I've got a wee bit of butter in here and some milk, and I'm going to add some of that to the potatoes. You don't want to add too much at a time in case it's too much and it goes all slobbery. So I'm going to use my masher. If you don't have a masher, just use your fork. It is quite easy if you've done the night before, but as I say, if you haven't, it won't take very long. It's basically as long as it takes to cook the potatoes. You can put anything you like in these. It doesn't need to be this recipe. You could put in different cheeses, different herbs. You could put in peas or whatever you like. And using tinned, fresh or frozen is absolutely fine. You want your potato mixture to be not too soft but not too hard either. So I'm just going to add a wee bit more. Right, that looks okay to me. It's quite soft. Into that we're going to put our cheese, so just grate your cheese up. If you've got the pre-grated stuff, just pop it in. Watch your fingers. So that's my cheese. I'm going to plop that in. I'm using spring onions because they're really quick to cook. They're really thin and they're really good for using in recipes that you want an oniony flavour but you don't want to have to fry off the onions first. So you just cut them up nice and thin. But if you don't have a spring onion, a normal onion, if you just give it a wee cook in some oil and then pop it in as well, that's fine. This is just for quickness. You can use the whole of the spring onion, you don't need to throw away the tops. All of it is useful. And then the other thing is some sweet corn. So I've just added in a teaspoon of mustard into mine because I like mustard, and we're going to just mix all that together. Best to start off with a spoon, get it all mixed in. If you feel it's still a wee bit solid, then you can add a tiny wee bit more milk. Again, they don't want to be too soft because you want to be able to form them into a sausage. Right, so what we're going to do with the sausages now that we've got the mixture made up is we've got we're going to have a bowl with a cracked egg in it. So just crack your egg into the bowl, if you can get it out of the shell. That one doesn't want to come out. There we are. And you just basically take a fork, give it a wee whisk. It's just to mix it up so that it all comes together and all the yolk and the white is mixed together. And that's called egg wash. And then I've got a plate here of the breadcrumbs. If you've got bread left at home, you want to make your own, that's fine, they'll do absolutely great. If not, I'm just using the golden breadcrumbs. First thing we do is take some of your potato. It's up to you what size you make your sausage. So basically just run it between your hands and form it into a little sausage shape. You'll see the sweet corn and the onions popping through, but they're all going to cook nicely in the oil. And the trick is to not get both of your hands into the breadcrumbs and egg. Keep one for egg and one for breadcrumbs. So this one's for my egg. I'm going to pop it in there and use the other one just to flick it about. And then you'll not end up with a big pile of goo attached to one hand. Again, into the egg. And just keep your breadcrumbs nice and free there. Just give it a wee roll round. So what we're going to do next is we're going to fry them off in the pan, or if you want, if you've got your oven on, you can put them in the oven with a wee tiny wee bit of oil drizzled on them, or you can even grill them if you want. If you've got the spray oil, you could spray some oil on them and put them onto the grill. But we're going to fry them today. Right, so we've got our pan and we're going to add a tiny wee bit of oil. Doesn't matter what oil you use, if it's sunflower oil or vegetable oil or olive oil. Just a wee bit at the bottom of the pan. And we're going to heat that up, get it up to a medium heat. And they'll take roughly about 10 minutes to cook in the frying pan. That should be about right. So we're going to pop our little sausage in. And that is it. You basically start to move them around, make sure they're not sticking, and they will just fry away there nicely. You don't want the pan too hot, you'll end up cooking them too quickly on the outside and they'll not be cooked right through. So it needs to be a kind of medium heat, so just keep an eye on them when you're cooking them. You can't really leave them alone at this point. So once the sausages are cooked, they're nice to serve with beans or any kind of vegetable that your family like. You could have sweet corn on the side as well, being in the sausage, or peas, or whatever you like. They do have everything in the meal. They've got potato, vegetables and cheese, which is your protein, so they are a sort of wee meal all in one, but it'd be nice to add something on at the side. Crust them up if you like nice crispy ones, give them a wee bit longer, and just keep turning them until they're all done all the way around. And that's your cheesy sausages.